Are you liking life?
Thank you, Mum. Yes.
Were you born far from life?
In Dorchester, Mum. It is not very far.
Ah, tea. Thank you, Mary. Good. Just there.
How long will you remain in Lyme, Miss Freeman?
Oh, for the summer. I must say, Mrs. Pulteney, you look exceedingly well.
At my age, Miss Freeman, spiritual health is all that counts.
And I have no fears for you.
With gross disorders on the streets, it becomes ever more necessary to protect the sacredness of one's beliefs.
Gross disorders on the streets, Mrs. Pulteney?
Certainly, Mr. Smithson. Even a disciple of Darwin, such as I understand you to be, could not fail to notice the rise of the animal about us. It no doubt pleases you, since it would accord with your view that we're all monkeys.
I must look more closely into it, Mrs. Pulteney, the next time I find myself on the street.
Please allow me to help you, Mrs. Tranter.
Thank you.
Your maid, for example, Mrs. Tranter. I have been informed by my housekeeper that she saw her only this morning talking with a person, a young person. My housekeeper did not know him.
Oh, then it was no doubt Sam, my servant.
Very likely.
Yes, I must say, Charles, your servant spends an inordinate amount of his time talking to Mary.
And what is the harm in that?
There is a world of difference between what may be accepted in London and what is proper here.
But I do not understand what crime Mary and Sam, by talking, appear to commit.
Your future wife is a better judge than you are of these things, Mr. Smithson. I know the girl in question. I had to dismiss her. If you were older, you would know that one cannot be too strict in such matters.
I bow to your far greater experience, madam.
I'm here. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
How did you dare to behave in so impertinent and presumptuous a manner? How dare you do such a thing in front of Miss Freeman?
I had no one else to turn to.
Well, it must be quite obvious it would be most improper for me to interest myself further in your circumstances.
Yes, it is obvious.
Why don't you go to London? Make a new life.
If I went to London, I know what I should become. I should become what some already call me in Lyme.
My dear Miss Woodruff.
I am weak. How should I not know it? I have sinned. You cannot imagine my suffering. My only happiness is when I sleep. When I wake, the nightmare begins.
This is...
Why am I born what I am? Why am I not born Miss Freeman?
That question were better not asked.
I did not mean...
Envy is understandable.
Not envy. Incomprehension. You must help me.
It is not in my power to help you.
I do not. I will not believe that.
What in heaven's name do you want of me?
I must tell you what really happened to me 18 months ago. I beg of you. You are my only hope. I shall be on the Undercliff tomorrow afternoon and the next afternoon. I shall wait for you.
I must go.
I shall wait.
David?
No, it's not David. It's Mike.
What are you doing?
Looking at you.
Come back. Come back. Come.
You approve of my telescope?
It is most elegant.
I use it to keep an eye out for mermaids. Here. I'm delighted you dropped in. It was time we met. The best brandy in Dorset. I keep it for visitors from London who share a taste for the good life.
Your good health, Doctor.
Yours. Careful, Cheroot.
Thank you.
I understand you're a scientist, a seeker after fossils.
Paleontology is my interest. I gather it is not yours.
When we know more of the living, it will be time to pursue the dead.
Yes, I was introduced the other day to a specimen of the local flora that rather inclines me to agree with you. A very strange case, as I understand it. Her name is Woodruff.
Ah, yes, poor tragedy. I'll tell you something. We know more about your fossils out there on the beach than we do about that girl's mind. There's a German doctor called Hartmann who has recently divided melancholia into various types. One he calls natural, by which he means that one is born with a sad temperament. Another he calls occasional, by which he means springing from an occasion. And the third class he calls obscure melancholia, by which he really means, poor man, he doesn't know what the devil it is that's caused it.
But she had an occasion, did she not?
Oh, come now. Is she the first young woman to be jilted? No, no. She belongs to the third class, obscure melancholia. Listen to me. I'll tell you in the strictest confidence. I was called in to see her, 10 months ago. She was working as a seamstress, living by herself. Well, hardly living, weeping without reason, unable to sleep, unable to talk. Melancholia as plain as the box. I could see there was only one cure, to get her away from this place. But no, she wouldn't have it. She goes to a house that she knows is a living misery, to a mistress that doesn't know the difference between a servant and a slave, and she will not be moved.
But it's incomprehensible.
Not at all. Hartmann has something very interesting to say about one of his patients. It was as if her torture had become her delight.
And she has confided the true state of her mind to no one?
She has not.
But if she did?
I mean, if she could bring herself to speak.
She would be cured. But she does not want to be cured.
I was working as a governess at the Talbots. His name was Vargen. He was brought to the house after the wreck of his ship. He had a dreadful wound. His flesh was torn from his hip to his knee. He was in great pain. Yet he never cried out. Not the smallest groan. I admired his courage. I looked after him. I did not know then that men can be both very brave and very false. He was handsome. No man had ever paid me the kind of attentions he did as he was recovering. He told me I was beautiful.